What's going on, guys? Slovosh here. I wanted to bring you a deck that I've been having fun with for the 2021 standard play queue. I don't play ranked with this, but in the non-ranked version of it, it's had some pretty good success. This is a mono black mid-range deck that just kind of hinges on some high value creatures and spells, and it's pretty fun to play. So I'm just going to run through this deck list pretty quick, and then we'll jump into a few games with it. I just want to make a note that I will probably keep tweaking this deck as I play with it, and I'll make those tweaks on EtherHub. So I have already some updating to do to what my EtherHub account says this deck is, and I'm going to just do some play testing and try and tune it the best I can and just see how we do. But the deck starts out with 4 Foulmire Knights in the 1 CMC slot. This is good for trading up, basically getting in some small chip damage, and then late game you can do the adventure side of it and gain a card, which is nice. Got 2 Village Rites in here just in case your creatures become the target of a removal spell or a sweeper. You can just turn them into 2 more cards, which is great because sometimes you really need the card draw. We got 3 Blacklands Paragons. Now this is probably one of my favorite cards. I've been kind of sleeping on this for a while, but this basically becomes a 3/1 aggro creature that you can play at the end of your opponent's turn, or it can become a 3/1 lifelink removal spell. So this can come out of nowhere, block a questing beast, trade up huge in value for like the CMC costs, also net you 3 life and remove a questing beast from the board for 2 mana. So it's a pretty efficient spell. Just depends on how you like to use it. We got Eliminate because you can hit Planeswalkers or 3MC or less creatures. Heartless Axe for anything that gets too big for Eliminate to handle at instant speed. We got Timuret just because he becomes a beefy boy and he can block some of those aggro decks. Also, he does a lot of graveyard hate, and he can gain you some life back, which comes in handy, and I'll explain that in a minute. Under 3 CMC, we got Elspeth's Nightmare. I just love this card. It's a lot of value, all packed into one. I really like sagas. I guess I'm just one of those people. But destroying a creature like a Edgewall Innkeeper, pretty solid. Then hitting their hand for anything that might be an artifact or a instant or sorcery. It's pretty solid, and then you can kill their graveyard, which is amazing. Veto, he's one of the new additions to this. I haven't play tested him actually. I'm just trying to think of other 3 CMC black creatures that have a lot of value, both when they're dropped as well as late game, and I think he, with that mana sink ability, could come in really handy. Although Veto has an extremely large target on his back, I guess we'll just see how this works. But my thought is with Timuret, I can chew Graveyard and do indirect damage if Timuret's too small to go in, and Veto can basically just ping him, or you just give everyone lifelink and go for an all-out swing just to get the last bits of damage in. So that was my thoughts behind it. We'll see how it works out. Demonic Embrace, this is just an awesome card, man. I really like this. Basically, you always have access to this even if you discard it or your creature dies, so it makes the drawback of an aura really not that bad. Yeah, you have to pay 3 life, but we're going to have a lot of lifelink, so we should be okay. But then being able to put this on any of your creatures to fly over and turn any little weenie creature into a beat stick on like a 5 or less turn clock is pretty insane for turn 3, so a lot of value here, and you can discard it to other discard effects. Grim Dancer, this is the Swiss Army knife, man. I really like this guy. I'm glad I finally get to put him in a deck. He is basically your answer to whatever you're playing against. If you have creatures you need to trade up for and they're not flying, you can give him Death Touch. If you need to just get through on the last bits of damage, you can give him Menace. And if you need Lifelink to pair with like Veto or just gain some life back, slap like Lifelink on him, any of those combinations of 2, and you got yourself a well-rounded creature here at a very modest CMC. So I like him a lot. Everyone knows Murderous Rider, not a lot to say here. Remove a creature, then you get a lifelinker on the board. Fun thing to note though is that you slap a Demonic Embrace on a Murderous Rider and you got yourself a 5/4 flyer, so pretty baller. Liliana, Waker of the Dead. This is two of. This is our Planeswalker. Discard stuff. If they can't do damage to them directly, unfortunately we have to discard, but a lot of the targets that we're discarding are lands, or we're going to discard things like Demonic Embrace because we can just pull it right back from the graveyard. We got 2 Rankles. I'm sorry, we didn't finish with Liliana. Her -3 can kill things if you have enough things in your graveyard to shoot it down. Gets past indestructible and all that jazz because it's --. And then her ultimate is really the reason you play her, because if you get to 7, I would just go ahead and recommend getting the emblem, because you're just going to be reoccurring creatures every turn, and that's really hard to overcome. And then we have Rankle. He is surprise damage. He's flying, so you get past stuff, so you can get upwards of 4 damage every swing with him. You can make the opponent discard or draw depending on what you need, or sack a creature that has like hexproof or protection from black or whatever. He just gets around all that. So between him and your removal suite with Eliminate, Heartless Act, basically Death Touch, and then Murderous Rider, you're going to be removing a lot of creatures. So biggest problems this deck has is when they don't play creatures. So if you're playing like a control deck with enchantments, which everyone seems to be playing a Yorion deck these days, he's still really good at discarding their hand and doing damage in the air, so they have to answer him, but he's a lot better when you're playing against creature decks. And then we have Solemn Simulacrum. This guy is just a lot of value. Get to put a land on the field so we can drop our land count out a little bit. That was my theory behind it. Get a 2/2 attacker or blocker, which you can embrace if you want, or you let him die and just draw a card off him, which is pretty sweet. Got 2 Castle Lockwains just for some extra card draw late game. 18 Swamps, 2 Witches' Cottages, because reoccurring some of your powerful creatures is pretty sweet. If you get board wiped, these come in handy. And then we have Field of Ruin. I just feel like this is going to be a pretty prevalent card, just because you can take out a lot of castles, which have a ton of value in the late game, and replace them with like just some bullshit basic, and really kind of cripples people. So for us, this also helps us thin the deck, so that's pretty sweet. And you gotta remember there's no pain lands in this queue, so you can hit dual lands and make them choose a color, and that can be kind of crippling too. So that was just my thoughts behind adding that in there, just a little bit of control aspect to it, the deck. But anyways, let's jump into a game or 3 and see how we do, because I am getting tired. We need to get some wins. It's been a rough night. I don't know if you guys ever have those nights where it doesn't matter what you do, you just can't seem to pull off the W. So I went back to the drawing board and made some tweaks, and I'm hoping some of them pay off here, but we will see. Sometimes you just got the bad luck stick. Huh. I'm not in love with this hand because I got a lot of 2 black mana cost things and no 2 swamps. So the only card I can play is the black lands. I got a mulligan. Okay. I'm gonna ship a Grim Dancer. I get to draw those, so that's nice. I'm actually going to drop the cottage first because I need to hit 2 and 3. Venerable Knights galore. Okay. Let's do some surprise lifelink and damage. Black Lance is going to save us here for a minute. He'll go all in. Whichever one he puts the extra counter on, I'm going to block that one. outweigh the other two and move a creature. Alright. I am going to they could have Embercleave or something, so I'd like to reduce their count here. I don't like First Strike because it can get buffed and get out of hand. So part of me wants to drop that Field of Ruin and kill the Tournament Grounds because then they have no red mana. Rim Rocks, okay. Let's put down some Lifelink Death Touch. I have a lot of removal, so Vito's got the biggest target on his back, man. Everyone sees that, and they just okay. What do I got? I got 2 in the graveyard. Alright, I think I'm going to do another Death Touch, Lifelink. And then when they come in for an attack, I will have a Black Lance to heal up. And then I can drop the Liliana, take out that Crusader because I'll have 3 in the graveyard. Okay then. Well, I'll get this guy down then. A Knight's deck that plays Agonizing Remorse. Well, I feel like I should start with that. No. We need some bodies. Can I afford to do that? I don't think I can. Send it in the deck. Just get out of defenses. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Let's make some favorable trades here. So we'll go here with him. Here with this guy. And that guy there. Got an Embercleave. You can't play an Embercleave. You don't have any real red mana, right? Get out that beefy boy, Timorat. So Tournament Grounds does equipment cost too. That's, I keep forgetting that Embercleave's equipment, so probably should have shot the Field of Ruin at one of those a long time ago. He has no other red mana sources. So you want me to block with this guy, is what you're saying? Wait, what? Oh, he's got Death Touch. First strike, Death Touch takes that out. I'm a filthy casual. Okay. I have a lot to learn about Tournament Grounds, apparently. I should have shot that shit. That was a misplay. Cost me the game. I have literally so much removal in this deck, and I didn't draw any of it that game, which is another thing that just drives me off the wall, man. Now here it is. All right. I'm inclined to keep my creatures. I have some removal anyways right here, so. If this is a cycling deck, Timorat is about to fuck. Worthy Knight. Yeah, I don't think we can have that. I think I'm gonna get aggressive here. I don't know. is. Let's draw. Wonder if they're getting another Ember Cleave ready. Wow. 2, 4. Dead. Alright, let's run it back. So 1 and 1. 1 and 1. Considering doing the haunted, the 3 mana cost haunted guy who's a 4/5 with menace, but they get like a death touch counter in my 3 slot. Like, Veto's pretty sweet, but if I could put Demonic Embrace on that guy, holy moly. Or even the new card they just released as part of the standard sets. That could get nutty. I don't know why I kept this. I was thinking something wrong. I got like no interaction until 3. Yeah, pile it on. Yeah, let's let him commit to some craziness. Yeah, not that guy though. Run-of-the-mill life gain white deck. Why did he do that? Be able to activate Heliod now. I gotta soak up some of this damage. He activated lifelink on them all? Okay. He's gonna get protection from black. Or does he not see it? Yeah, he sees it. Yeah, I should have looked at that curve. I lost that one because I wasn't paying attention. I just hit snap keep. Not a good idea. Alright, one more. Because I am feeling this game. I like having 4 lands, but 3 would be ideal. Another life gain deck. Wow. I think I'll play the Timret. That's pretty fast. I don't know what I should do here. I feel like they're just going to... So we got 5, 7, 9 damage. They're definitely going to tap this down regardless, so... I definitely want to make them discard. Smoothest curve I have ever seen in my life. 2 speakers into a glorious anthem instantaneously turn 3. That is the nut draw, man. You've got to be kidding me. That is the most ridiculous curve I've ever seen. I can't help but laugh at that. If you designed a deck in your mind and you go, dude, it would go off if this happened. That's exactly what just happened to me. That shit was insane. I need to sneak attack this hateful Eidolon. We're gonna get too much value out of it. or they're going to kill it. It's a cool combo. I like that. Do I put the target on Timurit or Veto? I think I should just put it on Veto. There it is. It's not an enchantment, bro. What are you doing? Time to get back my Veto, son. Go for it, dude. That's where you went. So this does 1 per, huh? Okay. Well, I definitely want to get some creatures in that graveyard that I can absorb. And I need to block some, so I'm going to take 5. You throw him. Got no more creatures in his graveyard yet. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This thing costs 5. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go in with this guy. And when he decides to block to kill, yeah, that's fine. Heartless Act. I don't know why it clicks it fast there. Destroy this so they don't gain life. Yeah, I take 1. That's cool. Now I gain 2 back. That's 2 to his face. Resolve. And we will end the turn. I have a bunch of creatures I can absorb. He's got, what, no enchantments in his yard. That's cool. Let's go ahead and drop him. Sure. And we will go to our graveyard, gain some life. I think Solemn can go. Blacklands can go. I guess both my cottages are out. There's no chance of getting them back. Alright. Let's go in with him and him. Him. That's some damage. Yep. Vito MVP that game for shizzle. Creature-based decks, we can do okay, man, but man, when it comes to something else, like control decks, we just get eaten. But I guess that's kind of like the trifecta, right? Mid-range beats aggro. Mid-range loses to control. Control loses to aggro. Like that cycle. It is very obvious in this game mode. I am indeed liking this. Look at that curving out. Perfect. He didn't want me to know what he's playing. Silly. I think I know what he's playing. I'm not sure we can beat Team Nerd Adventure, but it is possible. Let's do Menace and Lifelink. Go all in. Get a questing beast. guess I'll just keep playing these. There it is. No thanks. Okay, hold on. So we can go 6, 8, 9. Let's slap that embrace on the Timurit. And then we'll go in. Fuck it, we're going with all 3. Because he can't block this one, so he can only block the Foulmire. It's 11, 12. Did I just do that math wrong? No, that's 9. Wow, retarded. I think 9 is way out of his range. Yeah, 9 is way too far out of his range. You better have 2 or 3 more clovers. We just beat Teamer Wreck, or not Teamer Wreck, Teamer fucking Adventures. There, that's a solid victory. I feel like I should maybe wrap it up with that one. I get more upbeat when I win more. I realize that. I'm not some sorry sack. But anyways, that is the deck. That's 2021 standard play queue. This is a mid-range deck. It has its weaknesses, yes, but any deck does. And again, I'm still trying to figure out what's best. But this deck's pretty fun. It plays with a lot of creatures that I'm pretty fond of, and it can answer some of the problems with this this play queue, with the graveyard hate and life gain and a lot of removal. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe if you feel like it. But this deck, I'll try and keep it as updated as I keep it on EtherHub. So if you want to check it out there, I'll try and leave a link in the description. I think it's like MTG _ Slovosh on Arena or EtherHub. So yeah, thanks, and I'll see you guys the next time I make another deck. Peace.